This girl is on fire. Oh my God, everybody. Welcome back to another hot episode. Yes, a hot episode of a very special podcast. This is the podcast in which we talk about all your favorite TV series from yesteryear. Oh yeah. And then, oh yeah, girl. And then we discuss it over a gigantic ass cup of iced Dutch Brothers coffee. And I'm Patrick, I'm done. And I'm joined here, as always, by my red, white, and boo. Yes, my red, white, and boo, Kat Halstead, the author, who actually has her Captain America mug with her. Yes, girl, yes. What's up? What's up? Welcome back.
Oh, of course I have my Captain America mug. I was not gonna, leave this behind today.
Yes.
I wasn't gonna do something crazy like use a kitty cat or an owl or Wonder Woman.
Oh.
I had to pull out the Captain America.
The Legends of the Guardian, the Owls of Nagul mug that you have, whatever the fuck it's called. Oh my goodness. Yes. This is your first time listening to the podcast. This is 150th episode spectacular. Oh my goodness.
How did we get to 150 episodes? How did that happen?
I don't know. We didn't even cancel ourselves either. We're still doing it. We're still getting up.
Just how did that not happen? How did we not cancel ourselves? We almost did. We almost did at one point.
I think it was that Burbs episode made. Oh no, the Monsters Today. The Monsters Today almost did us under.
Monsters, yeah.
That two-potter of Magnum PI, which recorded months apart from each other.
Yep.
Oh god, we've had.
Then we randomly pop up with one episode about Reba McEntire that we disappeared for 6 months.
Yeah.
Before the Burbs came out.
Yeah, we've had some highs and lows. We have some disastrous episodes. The Burbs episode, which someone downloaded the other day according to my super secret data. So I don't know. Hats off to you, whoever had to sit through that.
Oh my gosh.
That's the only episode.
Well, that's what we said, because we don't know, because we were trashed throughout, the whole thing.
All right. So I always go back and I listen to the episodes every couple of months, just pick an episode here and there just to kind of listen to it, get some, pointers, some notes, just to find ways we can improve ourselves. For some reason, that's the only episode I cannot listen to. Cannot listen to it. I get about 20 minutes in and I was just like, wow, we're obliterated.
We're so drunk.
It was fun. It was fun. It was a great time.
I was drinking 32-ounce margaritas or pina coladas or something. It was insane.
All I do know is that our friend of the show, Stephen DeFury, he tells us that's his favorite episode. So I don't know. Hats off to you. Hats off to you. So I don't know. So for episode 150, we promised a new theme song. It may or may not be in the opening. We don't know yet. It might not be.
May or may not have heard it. I don't know. We record these in advance. So
if it's not there, I apologize. We'll put something else in front of it. Maybe the theme song to the movie that we're about to do. All right. If you saw the title of this episode, you thought we would be talking about a fun Marvel Cinematic Universe series movie, you're out of luck. You're out of luck.
I'm sorry. We will not be drooling over Chris Evans today, even though that is my all day, every day.
Instead, we'll be drooling over Matt Salinger, the son of J.D. Salinger, the author. Yeah, did you know that? Did you know that was J.D. Salinger's son?
Yes, he is the son of J.D. Salinger, who wrote The Catcher in the Rye. Which really, why has there not been, a movie adaptation of that?
Is that the, retained the rights so, a movie would not be made? Was that him? Or is that somebody else? I feel like that was him.
Maybe, probably. Should have probably looked it up before I asked, but whatever.
Yeah. So I did read, years ago, when J.D. Salinger passed away, his family came out and said that J.D. Salinger has literally he last published something in 1965. That was last time he published a book. Mm-hmm. But he has written every day since then, and he has oodles. He has oodles of unpublished work, and legend has it that Matt Salinger and his widow are going to be publishing it soon. So for all you readers out there, all your readers, have some new Salinger stuff. So get ready, girls.
Yeah.
Get ready, go to your local library, support your local library. That was my PSA. I don't know. May your librarian look like Tina Fey.
Perhaps.
All right. So so we're not doing the Chris Evans Captain America. We're doing the 1990 cinematic bomb, I guess. Actually, it wasn't even a bomb because it didn't even come out in theaters.
Like, okay, so this is what I was reading. It was like reading that like the reviews for this weren't that bad at the time it came out.
I'm gonna throw this out there.
But, like, as the years went by, it got like a worse and worse reputation.
I'm gonna throw this out there. I didn't absolutely hate this. I just thought it was a fucking weird movie. Mm-hmm. Like it kind of has its own charm in a way. Like I don't know. Like the plot is a little bad, but I think some of the acting's good. Low key. Sharon, Captain America's ex-girlfriend's daughter, who I'm assuming is based off Sharon Carter. I preferred this Sharon to like the actual Sharon from like the new movies. I don't know. Just gotta throw this out there.
Yeah, she's based off Sharon Carter. I'm just gonna say this: the Sharon in the new movies, like, I like the actress. I'll watch her in like The Resident or whatever she's on. She didn't really seem to like. I think they tried to make that happen in the movies, and then they were like, "Oh, there's like nothing there."
Yeah. What's her name? Emily Vanderbeek or something? Vanderkamp. Sorry, James Vanderbeek for mixing her into your brood. She's great. She was great on the show Revenge, like that old like weird soap opera from a few years ago. Mm-hmm. And
I freaking loved her on Brothers and Sisters.
Oh yeah, Brothers and Sisters. She's great, but for some reason, like she just didn't work in the MCU. Like it's like I don't know, just didn't like. She's supposed to be like a Shield agent, and I don't know. She just didn't have that vibe to me. Mm-hmm. She's better at playing like a vixen type, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't feel it with her. Then again, I'm a diehard Peggy and Cap shipper, so like they just get me.
That is true. Shout out to our gal pal, eternal gal pal, Peggy Olsen. Not Peggy Olsen, Peggy Carter.
Peggy Carter.
Sorry. You know what? I love my old timey Peggies.
You do.
All right. Top 3 Peggies of all time: Peggy Carter, Peggy Olsen, and Peg Bundy. Shout out to my 3 Pegs.
I was gonna say, if it's not those 3, what are you doing here?
Oh, hold on. You ready to stump me? And you?
Oh God, what?
Fuck, marry, kill. Peggy Carter, Peggy Olsen, and Peg Bundy. We haven't done an FMK in a while. It's been a hot minute.
Oh gosh.
All right. Here's what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna kill Peg Bundy.
Yeah, because she, she might be good just for like watching TV with, but you know what? That's about it. I think you're gonna fuck Peggy Olsen. I feel like she's good in a sack.
I feel like she's good for just like one round in the hay, and then you're like, okay, I had you. We're moving on.
Yeah, she's probably like
nothing special.
Yeah, she's probably.
But then you get to marry Peggy Carter, and like, hello.
Yeah, you get to go on international adventures with her. You get to hang out with the Roger Sterling version of Howard Stark. And,
you get to hang out with Howard Stark. You get to hang out with Jarvis. You get to hang out with Daniel Sosa.
Yeah, you get to
maybe you get to hang out with Agent Asshole, played by Chad Michael Murray. I don't know. It depends. Like,
oh yeah,
had such a love-hate relationship with that character.
I have a feeling he's still alive. I don't think they killed him off. I feel like he'd come back. You can't kill off the Chad Michael. No way. No TV show in their right mind would kill off Chad Michael. Maybe.
I don't know. Agent Carter ends with his character getting shot.
It was obviously like
spoiler alert.
It was obviously to tie us over to like season 3, and then they're gonna be like, oh, he just got grazed. Yeah. He just got grazed. Or maybe Peggy had like a little vial of super soldier serum in her back pocket and saves his life at the last moment.
No, because she poured that into the river.
Well, maybe she went back to the river. It's like she went over to the bridge that she tossed it into, and then just like I don't know. Maybe there's a little boy fishing out there, and he fished it up. And he's like, "What's this, Mom?" And she's like, "I don't know, but we better bring it to our local government." It just happened to be Peggy. Oh, it's Peggy Olsen again. It just happened to be Peggy Carter just chilling at her desk. Yeah. Even though she's in charge of Shield, they still fucking they still give her a fucking front desk. That's how they fucking work.
To be fair, like Shield didn't exist at this point in the timeline.
Oh, it's SSR, the Strategic Sciences Reserve.
Yeah, and she's not in charge because, God forbid, they think a woman could do anything besides, like, make them coffee.
Yeah, bitch was out there, like, solving fucking murders and shit and crimes, like, left and right.
Like, she's out there on the down low solving crimes and taking out bad guys.
I know, like, how...
And they're all like, hey, Peggy, make us coffee.
Yeah, how did this...
Like, Fuck you, bitch. She's a bigger badass than you are.
How did this show fail? Like, how did no one watch this fucking show? This was the fucking best. The best. All right, my favorite part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is fucking Agent Carter. Mm-hmm. That we should be on like season like 8 of that right now, and it should be the fucking most glorious season ever. You know what? I want to see fucking like an episode of Agent Carter where Agent Carter is like fighting Thanos. Like, oh my goodness.
Oh my god. You would have just gone for the head right away. Sorry, Thor.
Yeah, spoiler alert. That was our Agent Carter corner. We'll probably get into it again, maybe in a few weeks. Who knows?
Yes.
Who knows?
Oh my god, I almost forgot. Now I'm like...
Because we're in superhero month, so we might have some tricks and or treats coming your way. Who knows? Who knows? All right. But we're not here to discuss Agent Carter today. We're saving her for a rainy day.
Yes, we are saving her. My goddess, Peggy Carter.
So we're going back in time. So I think to kind of get us into this mindset of the 1990 Captain America movie, I went to a blog last night and I cherry picked, which is considered the top 5 like worst superhero movies of all time. I think you want to go through that list?
Yes.
And I want to preface, I've seen 4 out of the 5, and 3 of them I don't actually mind. Like, they're actually like okay. To me, they're actually like okay movies. But they are like...
Okay, now I'm terrified because I've probably seen like all 5.
All right. I'm going to say you've probably seen 3 out of the 5.
3? Okay.
That's my... All right, so we're going to kick things off. We're going to go back to 1989. I think it was the same company that might have done this movie. You're familiar with the character Frank Castle, the Punisher?
Vaguely, yes.
But in 1989, someone got the right idea to do a Punisher movie with Dolph Lundgren, who 2 years earlier was in the Masters of the Universe movie. And he's now the city's most wanted and most mysterious vigilante, known as the Punisher. He's killed 125 criminals in the past 5 years. He's an ex-police officer. His family was murdered in a mob hit, and I don't know, he just wants to take vengeance. Do you know this movie? Do you know this?
No, actually I don't. But if it is by the same people who did Masters of the Universe, it's by the same people who did Captain America 1990.
Yeah, I think it is. So, low-key, I just want to throw this out.
And that explains, Dolph Lundgren was up for the role of Captain America.
That is true, yeah. I just want to throw this out there, too, that Masters of the Universe movie, I don't hate it. Like, I actually enjoy it. It's actually kind of charming. Like,
I appreciate it for what it is. Like, do I want, like, an actual, like, Masters of the Universe movie that makes fucking sense? Of course I do. But
do you want a Masters of the Universe movie that takes place on planet Earth with Courtney Cox? Oh yeah, I sure do, girl.
We'll give you that.
It's definitely, you know what, that movie's been on our hit list for a while. I don't know, maybe we'll get to it for episode 200. Who knows? Stay tuned, folks. All right. So the Punisher movie, it's like known for being horrible. Like, despite it being like an action movie, it's just never-ending action scenes that just don't really make sense. So it's boring. Like, I don't know. I've seen this. I watched this, like, when I was younger. Around the time I saw the Captain America movie, because I was, like, obsessed with superheroes. And I was like, this is just, like, there's no story. It's just, like, Frank Castle shooting people.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And it's wildly violent, too. I just want to point that out. It's, like, wildly violent.
I mean, he's going around killing everybody.
But the Punisher did get his comeuppance. In the early 2000s, Thomas Jane played the character in the Punisher movie, in which John Travolta was a villain. Oh yeah, shout out to John Travolta as a villain in a Marvel movie. They did a sequel to that, and they replaced the Punisher, and I believe it was called Warzone. And according to internet research, this one people actually like this. It was straight to video, but it actually got good reviews. And then now, the Punisher is played by Jon Bernthal in the now canceled Netflix series. But I don't know. I enjoyed the Netflix version. It's a little heavy on violence, but I don't know. Whatever. The Punisher is a badass. He takes place in a violent world, and
well, you and I have gone over like what my threshold for violence on TV is.
That is true.
And like,
I'll throw this out there. You probably won't like the Netflix Punisher.
Yeah.
But do you know what I think you will like? Do you know what I think you will like? Jessica Jones!
It's not happening.
I think you would fucking love it, girl. I don't know why you're holding out.
No.
Well, we'll save that for our DMs. We'll just get in a fight later on. All right. You ready for the second movie in our shitty superhero movies list?
Yes, what's second?
Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. Do you know this one?
I've probably like seen it in like passing, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, it's on, but you don't really know what's going on, and you're just like, what is this?
I have seen this. This was the last film in the Christopher Reeve series of the Superman films, and it co-starred...
Okay, yeah, then I've definitely seen it.
All right, it co-stars Mark Pillow as the villain Nuclear Man. It was the lowest grossing film in the series, and it's just very, very, like, poorly edited, and the special effects are very, very bad, and like it's a step down, like a major step down from like the previous three films. Like the third film with Richard Pryor is really goofy, but I don't know, this one's just even goofier.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I did enjoy it. Like a part of me like just appreciates it for what it is. So shout out to Christopher Reeve, and it was the last time he donned the cape and tights and took flight.
Yeah.
R.I.P. girl. I mean, boy, Ouija board us. Tell us what it was like working on Superman 4. And you know what? Tell us what it was like working with Richard Pryor. I'd like to hear about it. All right.
Oh my gosh.
You ready for the third movie? All right.
Okay.
I just want to preface, I fucking love this movie. It's fucking great. I've loved it when I was a child. I still, like every couple of years I watch it. Howard the Duck.
Oh, Howard the Duck was totally a movie I wasn't allowed to see as a kid. And I didn't understand why.
It is a little racy. There's a scene where fucking Howard the Duck and fucking, is it Leah Thompson? Yeah, it's Leah Thompson, I think.
Yeah, it's Leah Thompson.
They fuck. Like, Leah Thompson fucks an anthropomorphic duck that is, like, obviously like a Muppet.
Yeah.
So, whoa. And then there's, like, a fun theme song. Oh, it's great. The principal from Ferris Bueller's in it.
Like, I remember it would come on WPIX and I'd want to watch, and my dad would be like, no. And I'd be like, okay, I'll just do what I did with Heather's, and I'll wait until you guys aren't home, and it's on, and I'll sneak into the den and watch it on the TV in there with the door closed.
Shout out to gal pals Winona Ryder and Shannon Doherty, who's now going back to the 90210 series. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So if you don't know about Howard the Duck, this is a movie that was produced by George Lucas in 1986. It was after Return of the Jedi and like his little like Ewok TV movies that he did. Mm-hmm. This was like, you know what? I'm gonna do something for me. I just did 3 Star Wars films, some Ewok TV movies, but okay, no, I kind of want to do something based on a Marvel Comics character of the same name. And Leonard Maltin, famous film critic, he described the movie as a hopeless mess, a gargantuan production which produces a gargantuan headache. Whoa, Leonard Maltin. The appearance of Howard was criticized as being unconvincing due to his poorly functioning mouth. I mean, it's fucking 1986 technology. Drunkenness. Yeah, he was a drunk. Perverted tendencies. I mean, hey, would you want to fuck Leah Thompson? I think so. An expressionless face. I mean, as I said, 1986 technology. He's no C-3PO.
Yeah, like, I feel like they could probably do Howard the Duck now, especially because, I mean, although we got Rocket Raccoon and all that.
Yeah, and we got a Howard Duck, the cameo in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. And I believe there's a Howard the Duck animated series coming to Hulu, which I think is going to be actually take place in the MCU. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. You know what? Maybe animation is like the way to do it.
Yeah, probably.
Can't wait for it. You ready for number 4?
Yeah, what's number 4?
I mean, it is a notoriously shitty movie, but like a part of me enjoys it. A part of me like just felt it was needed in 2004. Any guesses? We're in like the revival, like the early days of the revival of the superhero movie. X-Men has come out.
Is this the Superman with Brandon Routh?
No, it's not. That movie came out in 2006.
No?
But it's the same DC Comics Catwoman with Halle Berry. Halle Berry's Catwoman. All right.
Okay, so like where they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna give Halle Berry a movie because we're not gonna give her an X-Men movie.
Yeah. All right. So it's nominally based on the DC Comics character Catwoman because she doesn't play Selena Kyle. She plays Patience Phillips. So like the only affiliation it has with like the Catwoman character is that dresses up like a cat and steals stuff. I don't know. But other than that, I thought it. I mean, for the most part, I think it's an enjoyable movie in a weird like. It's so bad, it's good way, and it's got Sharon Stone as a villain. Oh my god, it's great. She's got like, I don't know. I think Sharon Stone as the villain in Catwoman deserves a comeback. She should come back in something else. I want like a weekly TV series in like which she like lives in New York City and like I don't know is mean to her employees. Have you seen it? Do you know that movie? Are you familiar with it?
I like saw it once. Like I caught some pieces of it. Like it just wasn't my thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was like, you know who Catwoman is? Catwoman is freaking Michelle Pfeiffer.
Fuck, marry, kill Catwoman edition. Michelle Pfeiffer, Halle Berry,
Okay.
or what's her fucking name? Who did it in the Dark Knight Returns?
I don't know.
I'm blanking on her name. What the?
Oh my god, I don't know.
Anne Hathaway. Sorry, Anne Hathaway. Oh my goodness, I forgot about you.
Okay.
All right. Fuck, marry, kill Anne Hathaway, Halle Berry, or Michelle Pfeiffer.
Ooh. Marry Michelle Pfeiffer's.
Let's kill Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
Let's kill Anne Hathaway. Let's get rid of her, just off the bat. You know what? We love you in that little princess movie thing you did.
Princess Diaries.
Yeah, but you know what?
Brokeback Mountain.
You weren't a convincing Catwoman to me, and you weren't even like a full blown villain. I want like a villainous Catwoman. You were just kind of like a, I don't know. You just wanted to get fucking Christian Bale's dick wet. That's all you were good for.
Isn't that kind of like what Catwoman's purpose is?
She's still a villain, like in a way. She's still like doing crimes, and like I don't know, like it was just she instantly like joined sides with him, and I was like, you know what? I kind of want this like back and forth, this little fucking tit to tat thing.
I like the little cat and mouse thing that Batman and Catwoman tend to have.
So all right, yeah. So kill her right off the bat. Sorry, Anne Hathaway, you're dead to me. Dead to me. Fuck Michelle Pfeiffer. Fuck Michelle Pfeiffer. She's
gonna fuck Michelle Pfeiffer and marry Halle Berry.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like Halle Berry would be like someone just I'd like to spend the rest of my life with. It's me and Halle.
See, I'm gonna flip that. I'm gonna fuck Halle Berry and marry Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, all right. There's pros and cons to both. I'm closer in age to Halle Berry than Michelle Pfeiffer, so I don't know.
We're like 2 months apart in age, not even.
No, I'm closer in age to Halle Berry than Michelle Pfeiffer.
No, I know, but still, it's not like it's that big of a deal.
I feel like Michelle Pfeiffer probably can't bear children anymore, and maybe I just want to have, you know, whatever you have a child with Halle Berry, it's gonna be fucking beautiful. It's gonna be fucking like, it's gonna have like the perfect skin tone. Oh my god, that baby is gonna be beautiful. So I feel like she'd be good to give me a baby.
Okay.
Patrick Berry Dunn Jr.
Oh my god.
Can't wait to see you. Can't wait to meet you. Can't wait to see your bright blue eyes and your like olive color skin. It's gonna be, oh my god. I just want to see like a Conan O'Brien year 2001 face morph of that. Oh god, let's do it.
Okay, what's the next movie on this list?
All right, this is the only movie I've never seen, and from every source that I've ever gone to, it's considered the worst superhero movie of all time, and it was never formally released. I think it can be found on YouTube. I didn't actually go to seek out to find it. I may after recording this. The Fantastic Four, 1994 edition. Do you know about this? Do you know about the story?
No.
So I remember this. I remember way back when. So I remember back in the early 90s, back during the superhero comic book boom. I remember reading. I used to get these little magazines. Wizard magazine had like comic book stories and stuff in there, and they had an article. I remember it was probably like 92, 93, and there was an article that gave a tentative release date of the Fantastic Four movie, and they even made fucking trailers for the movie. The movie was produced by Roger Corman and Bernd Eichinger, and actually Bernd Eichinger went on to produce the 2005 edition of the Fantastic Four film. But you know who Roger Corman is? He's like notorious like B movie maker.
Yeah.
They got him to reproduce this Fantastic Four movie. It never came out. Never saw the light of day. And like in the early 2000s, Stan Lee came out and said that the only reason why the movie was made for was so Bernd Eichinger could retain the rights to the characters. Stan Lee confirmed this. Like Marvel denied its existence. They said this movie does not exist. Like this movie is not real. However, footage of the movie began to leak like around the dawn of like streaming internet. The movie's now out. It's out there. You can watch it. And I guess it's so bad.
Yeah.
I guess, like, it's just fucking absolutely terrible.
Yeah, I already found it on the YouTubes.
Part of me kind of wants to see it. Kind of want to just see what it's about. I like to see, like, I saw a picture of the Thing in it. And it's just like, I feel like I'm at, like, it's like superhero day at, like, the local ballpark. And someone's in, like, one of those, like, foam, like, costumes. And it's the Thing. So... Are you familiar with the Netflix season of Arrested Development? Did you ever see the Netflix season of it?
Yeah. I have watched every episode of Arrested Development. So, that includes both seasons.
So Netflix season 4 of Arrested Development like spoofed the Fantastic Four movie, if you recall.
Yeah.
It was like it it was a take on this, like them trying to deny this movie existed. So I don't know. Shout out to Arrested Development, and shout out to was it Tobias's character who had a thing for the Invisible Woman?
Yeah, and it just keeps going, and you're like, oh my god, stop, end it.
Shout out to facial.
Let it die.
The only thing I will applaud season 4 of Arrested Development for is coining the term facial blindness, which is a thing that I think I have because I can never remember who fucking people are. I'm like, I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. You literally just like have been like talking to him for the last 4 hours. I'm like,
yeah, I don't know who that is.
I don't remember faces. I'm sorry.
Like, you know what? The Fantastic Four. I've actually never like watched a Fantastic Four movie.
I've seen the first two, the ones that have like Jessica Alba in it. I did not see the
ones with Jessica Alba and my boy toy Chris Evans, future husband.
Yeah, Chris Evans as the Human Torch. You know what? I'm just going to throw this out there. I did not hate those movies. I actually enjoyed them for what they were. I don't know. I kind of was hoping they would expand on that world, but we didn't. Instead, we got like a redo in like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago, which I have not seen.
Yeah.
I hear it's bad.
Like, I'm looking at the cast. Like, the cast, I like the cast, but I'm so confused. Okay. In the 2005 version, Chris Evans played Johnny Storm. In the 2015 version, Michael B. Jordan plays Johnny Storm.
Yes. The only thing I didn't like about the 2005 Fantastic Four was the Doctor Doom character. He was played by the guy from Nip Tuck. I don't know. Doctor Doom didn't work for me in that movie. I don't know. I feel like the Marvel Cinematic Universe needs like a proper Doctor Doom.
Oh, I remember this guy from Another World.
I do want to point out, though, that Julian McMahon is actually, today, though, is actually a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's on the TV show The Runaways on the Hulu show, which, hold on, I will just say, The Runaways, other than Agent Carter and Jessica Jones, it's my third favorite Marvel series. I think you should check it out. It's about teens with superpowers, and their parents are evil, and they have to, like, I don't know, like, go against their parents. It's great.
Yeah.
Fun cast. Fun, diverse cast, and I don't know, it's a fun show, and it doesn't focus so much on their powers. It focuses on them as like people. It's great show. They just came out with the second season. I think it's been picked up for a third season. Check it out.
Okay.
Cloak and Dagger is also great on Freeform. So shout out to these littler things. Okay, so that's the top 5 shittiest superhero movies of all time. Do you have anything to add or anything you would subtract from that list?
I feel like based on what I know, those make sense. But I'm honestly surprised, was it Superman Returns isn't on that list?
It was, but I narrowed it down to the top 5, and then I cherry-picked what I thought were, like, considered, like, the actual shittiest, but I don't know, I kind of enjoyed Superman Returns. I actually, like, own it on DVD. I own two copies of it, put it that way.
You own 2 copies?
Well, I have the, the box set, which has all the Superman movies up to that movie, and then I own it, like, individually. So I have 2 copies of it. I think it's a great movie. I enjoy it.
Okay.
The only thing I didn't like from it was Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor. He's not my Lex Luthor, and he's not my anything, I guess.
Fuck Kevin Spacey. Actually, don't fuck Kevin Spacey, because that's what he would want.
Yeah. Kill Kevin. Not kill him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Lock him up, I guess. Well, lock up Kevin Spacey.
Lock him up.
Yeah. Lock him up. Throw him behind bars. Throw away the key. I don't know. Throw away your K-Pax DVD. You're using K-Pax, right?
I think so.
Did you ever see that movie? Did you ever see K-Pax?
No, I don't think I did. I think I skipped that one.
Oh my god, that was like my favorite movie of like the early 2000s. Oh god, it's good. This guy thinks he's an alien, but he might be like a mental patient, and you never find out at the end if he's an alien or not. If Kevin Spacey wasn't in it, I'd say we'd fucking watch it right now, but I don't know. I have to throw the DVD out. I'm sorry. Sorry, K-Pax. You ready? Are you ready, girl? Are you ready to get into the world?
Yes, I'm as ready as I can be.
Steve Rogers. You want to do a quick little like background story, little origin stories of like the movie?
Yeah, let's talk about the origin of this movie because it's like ridiculous.
All right, so I actually like am well aware of this origin story, like because I've like read about this like years ago. So in 1981, this all goes back to 1981. So Stan Lee, like the president of Marvel.
Okay.
Like he was Marvel, and he stepped down from his like role as like in charge of Marvel Comics. He moved from the bustling New York City to Los Angeles, and he wanted to head up Marvel's TV and movie department, which it found some modest success. It mostly like made for TV adaptations of The Incredible Hulk, Doctor Strange. And there's actually 2 Captain America TV movies that were both released in 1979. I've never seen them, but I'm told they're not that bad.
Hold on. You know what I'm Googling or YouTubing.
Yeah, they were both released in 1979. So I don't know, we might have to check them out.
Totally.
If you look back in time, you're going to say, hey, the Marvel TV and movie department didn't really take off in the 80s. It was kind of rocky at best. There were some early attempts at properties based off Marvel Comics. They were a dud. We already mentioned 1986 Howard the Duck. Mm-hmm. But in the years leading up to on what was going to be Captain America's 50th anniversary, production started ramping up towards a full-length motion picture. So the rights to Captain America in live action were purchased by Canon Films in 1984. Mm-hmm. And the movie went through like oodles of script changes before the one they finally settled on for the 1990 film. So yeah. In this time, so like between 1984 and we'll say like 89, 1990, when they finally filmed the movie. So as you said, Dolph Lundgren was up for the role of Captain America. Val Kilmer actually got very close to being cast. However, he pulled out at the last minute because he wanted to play Jim Morrison in Oliver Stone's The Doors. Yeah. Instead, we get Matt Salinger. We already said that he's the son of well-known author J.D. Salinger. And the film was scheduled for like release in the United States in 1990. Release date was pushed back. The film was released in theaters in the United Kingdom in 1990. Yeah. I guess it did very poorly box office-wise. So, like, U.S.
Okay, here's the thing. One thing I do know is, like, Captain America films do not fare well overseas because of the name Captain America. Like, that's just, like, overall thing. Like, they're fucking amazing movies in the MCU. Yeah. I actually really like Winter Soldier. I really love Civil War.
The Winter Soldier is, like, my favorite movie of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, I will fucking go to the grave, like, defending that movie.
As of right now, I would say
my 3 favorite movies in the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe goes to the 3 Captain America movies. Like, I don't know, those are the better ones, I think. They're always better to me. I do like Ant-Man. I did enjoy Ant-Man. The first Ant-Man's great. I haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp yet, but
oh, you got to see Ant-Man and Wasp, and then you can see Endgame. You got to see Captain Marvel too.
I know. I'll get to it, girl. I'll get to it.
Dude, I'm like holding back here. Like, you don't understand like how much I'm holding in right now.
All right. I've already read what happened, so I don't know.
Reading it and seeing it are 2 different things, and like
that's our like MCU corner. That's our MCU corner. So as you were saying, yeah, so Captain America movies don't fare well overseas. So obviously this movie didn't do good in the UK. Mm-hmm. The people in charge of the movie like panicked. They fucking panicked. They pulled it from like the release schedule. Yeah. And it just sat on the shelf for like 2 years. It finally got like a home video release in 1992. But it was already like heavily promoted. Like there were trailers. Like people like knew it was coming out.
Like, yeah, people knew it was coming, but then like they could never find it, which is kind of like some crazy, weird 1960s Buck Hudson movie type barrel marketing.
Yeah, and this was like wild because I remember like I wanted to see this movie so bad. I saw like pictures from the movie in magazines. I saw like trailers, and I was like, I want to see Captain America. I want to see Captain America, Mom, I want to see Captain America. And like she couldn't find it. She was like, we're at video stores, like, do you have Captain America? And they're like, no, we don't, because it didn't come out till 1992. Yeah, and it fucking. Oh my god, it finally came on. I remember I went down to Saturday Matinee and fucking bought it. Mm-hmm. Bought it on VHS, and I watched it, must have watched it like 4 or 5 times, and then, I don't know, I got over my Captain America phase and moved on. The X-Men animated series came out, and that satisfied my time for a few years. And it sat on ice, just like Captain America did. Yeah. For, I don't know, 20 years, until today. So hold on. Just before we get into the movie, we have to talk about the cast. Can we talk about the cast?
Let's talk about this cast, because this cast is... I don't understand this cast.
This cast is actually pretty lit. Like, this is like a good cast.
Like, at the same time, like, what script did they read?
All right, so other than Matt Salinger, the movie actually has a decent supporting cast. So it's got Ronnie Cox as President, like the elderly President Kimball, who you may know from...
Okay, he's not elderly.
He's like an old...
He actually looks like decently aged. He's hanging around the Oval Office in jeans, man.
All right, so he's probably like in his 40s. He's probably in his 40s.
Yeah. But late 40s, early 50s.
Well, all right, so President Kimball, the movie starts off and he's like a young kid, and then it flashes forward like 30 years later. Okay. Yeah. All right, so Ronnie Cox, you may know him from RoboCop, Beverly Hills Cop, Total Recall. He plays Bree's dad on Desperate Housewives. So
that's where I've seen him before.
So Ronny Cox, and he's actually like really good. He's like actually like probably my second favorite character in this movie. My first favorite character is Sharon. Sharon Carter. Her last name's not Carter, but I'm going to call her Sharon Carter.
It's not. Hold on. I can find out what it is.
Yeah, I think they say it.
Like Cooper House or something. It's like something really random. Like, these names don't make sense. Like, they didn't use right names for some people, and...
It's strange because they follow the story, like, to a T. Like, they follow the Captain America story, like, to the T, but they just don't use, like, the names right for some reason. It was kind of weird.
Like, their doctor isn't... I get so confused.
Give you a minute to find her name.
I gotta find this stupid thing on,
I think it's on Wikipedia. I think you can find her name on there.
There we go, finally. Like, I was trying to get it to pull up on IMDb, and it wasn't pulling up.
It's Stewart. All right, so it's actress Kim Gillingham as she's in dual roles, by the way. She plays she plays the Peggy Carter type, Bernie Stewart, and then she also plays her daughter Sharon.
Yeah.
So dual roles.
But Sharon has a different last name. Or no, she doesn't. I guess not. She's just Sharon.
Just Sharon. Just shitty Sharon. But she's great. She's great. We have her. We also have Ned Beatty. Ned Beatty plays Sam, who is it's President Kimball's like friend, like the lowest. He's like a reporter.
It's like childhood bestie.
Yeah, so he's like a Lois Lane type in this. Like he's like, I don't know, like trying to. He's doing all of like President Kimball's like footwork in this.
Yeah.
When Captain America like comes out of.
Because President Kimball can't just be like, okay, guys, I need the secret files on this superhero guy you guys created in the 40s.
Yeah, and
hand him over.
And he finds the files, and then he goes on this quest to find Captain America. I want to point out, so we get a flashback to Sam when he's younger. He looks like Ralphie from A Christmas Story. I just want to point that out. Which
is hilarious considering the old man is in this too.
And the wife. I just want to point this out because that's my next on my list. So probably the biggest.
She is?
Yeah, the biggest shocker the film has to offer is that Darren McGavin plays General Fleming, and then Melinda Dillon plays Mrs. Rogers, Captain America's mom.
Oh my god, that scene was so weird to me. Like I couldn't even like focus during that. Like the sound was so bad, and then next thing I know, he's smoking a cigarette.
So that's like the hot cast. So they're great. And I also want to point out that the actress who plays Sin, who's like the super villainess, like in the comic book, she's the daughter of the Red Skull. I don't know what their relationship.
Yeah, she's the daughter of the Red Skull in this movie too.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell the relationship. So
I just couldn't understand with the accent.
I thought that actress was really good, and I know I kind of wish they developed her character more, but she was such like a one-dimensional character, so it's like really let down. Like I was rooting for her to die, but. I don't know. Like I would have loved like a fleshed out character, but we didn't get it. Yeah. All right. Before we get to the movies, can we talk about the accent? Can we talk about Red Skull's accent?
Yeah, can we talk about these awful accents?
In this movie, in this universe, Red Skull's supposed to be Italian. Mm-hmm. The first like 15 minutes of the movie is in another language with barely any subtitles. So you have fucking no idea what's going on.
It's like, hi, we're gonna this is Captain America, and you don't know what you're watching. It's like, wait, the fuck where am I? Did I go into the right, did I pick up the right VHS? Was there error at the factory? That kind of thing is what you're thinking.
To get into the character of the Red Skull, we'll just like briefly talk about the opening. So the movie like opens where it's like mid-1930s, it's like 1936, we're in Italy. Yeah. And I don't know, we're at like a family party or something, and we see a young boy playing a piano, and I don't know, people are talking in Italian. Unless you know Italian, you don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, you don't know what's going on. There's all these Italian people around, and they're just like partying. They're kind of like quietly partying.
And then all of a sudden, like the window breaks, and then you just hear like gunshots, like submachine guns, and these people come in. People are getting shot. They kidnap this little boy playing the piano. And they take him away to this castle, like in the middle of Italy somewhere, like Fortress Francesco or something. I don't know. Yeah,
it's insane. It's wild.
And we meet this she's obviously some kind of doctor because she's wearing a lab coat.
Mm-hmm.
It's a woman doctor. We later learn her name is Dr. Vaselli. We don't know because like the first 10 minutes of this movie is in another language.
And nobody says anything that makes any sense that you can figure out her name.
So we see these film reels. They're watching a film reel. They're talking in Italian. You just see a rat on this film reel. And then they go to a cage and you see this rat. Now it's like skin is all red, and it looks like a weird, like evil Muppet.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like the most disturbing thing I've seen in a while.
And it's giant too. It's like a giant rat. Like I thought it was like a dog. Then I watched it again. I was like, oh, it's a rat.
Yeah, like I had this on. Like I started watching this Saturday night at my boyfriend's place, and then he's like, "I'm not sitting through this," and I was like, "Damn it!"
It looked like something you would see in like a Resident Evil movie.
Yeah.
I will say though, like the practical effects in this movie were actually like pretty good. Like that was a pretty good effect for like pre-CGI.
Yeah, like, okay, like, the special effects in this, like, it's still secret how they do the shield throws.
I know.
Like, how they got the shield to move like that.
All right. Yeah, if this movie has accomplished anything, they accomplished the shield throw without CGI, and it was great. It's fucking great.
They won't tell anybody how they did it.
Was it on, like, an invisible string? Like, I don't know. Who knows? All right, yeah, so, all right.
I don't know.
So all this stuff goes down. We know, like, there's, like, a weird, like, mutant rat now, and then all of a sudden, like, it flashes forward like a little bit and further in time, and we see the little boy that's kidnapped, and he's like, now, like, they tie him to a chair, and the Dr. Vaselli lady, she looks distraught. We don't know what the fuck she's saying because it's in Italian. She looks distraught. She, like, jumps out the window of this castle.
Yeah.
And from what I could tell, it was like high off the ground castle. And I don't know, because the villains are they Nazis? I couldn't tell what they were.
I think they're supposed to be Nazis, yeah, because the Nazis took over a good chunk of Europe.
Yeah, so they're Nazis, and then they start to go after her. But as soon as she jumps out the window, they just, like, stop. They just, like, give up.
They're like, oh, she probably fell to her death. We're good.
Yeah, but
we're good.
We see her on the ground. We see Dr. Vaselli on the ground. She's obviously, like, injured. So, like, I couldn't tell, like, I'm like, was she shot? Or is she just, like, hurt from, like, the fall? Like, instead of, like, running away, she, like, stops and she, like, cries on the ground because she hears the screams of the little boy. Because I think they were injecting him with, like, I guess what we will later find out is, like, the first version of the super soldier serum.
Yeah.
So this is, like, and it's, like, the bad version of it. It's not, like, the good version.
Yeah, it's like, this is the first run, and it obviously turns people into creepy red things.
I guess it burns, like, the outer layer of their skin off. And it turns it red. And they look like... The Red Skull makeup in this movie is fucking disgusting. That's all I just want to say.
It is. Like, this is just not... this is bad. This is not, like, creepy Red Skull of the MCU at all. This is like, ugh.
It looks like someone just, like, took his skin off, and it was just, like the underneath skin portion of his head.
Oh my god, like, hold on. I gotta pull up the DMs and see. Like, basically, our DMs are my notes last night. Like, Patrick comes on and there's, like, a million notes for me. Oh my god,
So, while...
Red Skull looks grosser than in the MCU. That's what I said. He looks grosser than in the MCU. He just looks like... There's, like, these weird bubbly parts. It's like growths or something that are all red and bubbly, and then they're gonna scar over or something. I don't know. It was just weird.
Yeah, it's just we'll put a picture of it on our Instagram, a Very Special Podcast, or follow us on Twitter at Very Podcast. It's fucking disgusting. That's all I'm gonna say. But all right, so now we flash forward like 7 years later, and we get like a voiceover, and they're talking about Project Birthright. Dr. Vaselli, she's escaped. I don't know, Nazi occupied fucking Italy. She's gone to the United States. She perfected the process so it no longer turns the subject red. She's also created a bulletproof shield that is like the perfect boomerang and a fireproof suit. The secret to how she created all these things is never written down because she feared for her security.
Yeah.
It's just all secret. So now they're trying to find like an American subject, and I guess they go through like the old like army records or something, like people
like these people who tried to get into the military but like couldn't cut it because they had polio or whatever.
Yeah, so Steve Rogers, who suffers from polio, is selected. His father was a World War I hero, and his girlfriend Bernie, not Peggy, his girlfriend Bernie is less than thrilled at him for going off on his
I don't know. Bernie sounds like a wet blanket to me. She didn't seem like all that amazing. I was like, why is he like yearning for her?
I don't know, like, she was awful. Captain America's mom, Mrs. Rogers, awful too. They're just like horribly fleshed out characters. Like, I don't know.
Can we just be real? The MCU has like spoiled us on like superhero movies,
I also want to point out, hold on.
Yeah.
I also want to point out. So, Steve Rogers is supposed to be like sickly. He's supposed to be like sickly and like ill and like, I don't know, I guess on the verge of death from suffering from polio. But we see him before he got like subjected to the super soldier serum. He looks just as he looks like as Captain America. Like he's like buff and like handsome.
Pretty much, yeah. Like they just put him in like some baggier clothes and like he limps.
Oh yeah, that's it. Like that's it. But you know what?
It's like this weird like, and it's like an obvious fake limp.
But he's still like.
And then he gets in the car with his mom and he pulls out a cigarette and starts smoking. And I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? Captain America, no.
Like they didn't even like try to like make him look like, I don't know, maybe put some like white makeup on his face to make him look sick. He looked like hot as like cat. Like see, like he looked no difference. It would be like I feel like he would have no problem getting ladies if he went down to the local bar.
Yeah, like he could get it.
Like the
only man in town, he's gonna get it.
Like I just remember like Steve Rogers pre like super soldier serum, even like in the comic books, like if you look at the old comic strips and the MCU, he's like skinny, he's like pale, very sickly looking, and can't get the ladies, but fucking, I don't know. Pre super soldier serum, Captain America 1990, you're like, whoa, like, whoa.
Yeah.
Justice Studley. So I was utterly confused because I was like, wait, hold on. Did they give him the super super soldier serum off screen and I missed it?
Like I was so good. Like the timeline of how this all plays out is ridiculous. Like, okay, so like in First Avenger in the MCU, you get to see like Steve Rogers go through boot camp.
Yeah.
Even though he's like this scrawny little thing who can barely breathe. And you get like Peggy Carter looking at him like, oh, he's kind of cute. I like the way he keeps trying. You get none of that.
They jump through it. We get like bullet points. We get like bullet points of the story. Goes like very quick. All of a sudden, he's like now.
Yeah, and it's like a freaking week later, and he's getting shot up with serum.
Yeah, we cut over. Like he's telling his mom, like, "Oh, I'm going away. I'll be back. I'm just going on a secret mission. I'll be back like in a couple of months." And she's like, "Oh, I'm so proud of you, Steve Rogers. You're the best. You're my best son around. Your dad was a war hero in World War I. He's the best, and you're gonna be the best. We're gonna, I don't know, hang your picture above our mantle." But we get a quick cut. He's like now in like the I don't know, the chair, I guess, little like super serum chair.
Yeah, like next thing you know, like we see Steve go off, and then the next scene is a week later at some like underground lab under a cafe.
Yeah, it's in Redondo Beach, California. That's where it all takes place. He doesn't live in Brooklyn.
There's so much wrong here. I can't.
I feel like they probably filmed this in California, and they just didn't want to build like a Brooklyn set, so they just said Redondo Beach. Yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't like rent out a New York set from like Warner Brothers.
Yeah, so he's underground. Like you go into the ladies' room and you like turn like a candlestick, and like a door opens up, and you go underground. And there's like it's like a long staircase. I apologize for like dog noises in the background right now.
And you go into this like creepy dark lab, and it's just like, hi, we're gonna shoot him up with the serum now. We're gonna see what happens.
So like the second they shoot up with the serum, like the bad guys turn up. One of the guys was like a spy, I guess. I don't know. He like shows up. He shoots Dr. Vaselli. Captain America like instantly responds to like the serum, and he
like his muscles have inflated. Like I guess whatever happens in the MCU in that like chamber thing happens like just immediately outside of a chamber. There's no chamber. He's just like on a gurney, and they shoot him up, and then he like breaks free of the straps, and he's like, "Yeah, you don't do this, dude." Starts like trying to be Captain America. It's just awkward.
He kills like the spy, like the Nazi spy. Dr. Vaselli is dead. They mourn for like a hot minute. And then like, Steve Rogers gets shot. I think he get shot at some point, but he recovers like immediately.
He gets like shot 3 freaking times.
He recovers right away.
It's all good. He's gonna be okay because he's apparently Captain America. Basically bulletproof.
And then like now the government's like, hey, we're gonna send you on like a top secret mission. You gotta stop the Red Skull. So he goes to, I don't know, wherever Italy, I guess, his castle. I don't even know where they go, but they go to like some place where the Red Skull is like housed. And he has this like rocket.
Yeah, so the Red Skull has like a rocket, and he's gonna like destroy the White House.
So all right, so Captain America gets sent to like the Red Skull's castle to stop him. Red Skull has this like rocket that's gonna like blow up the White House. He defeats Captain America like very easily, I may add, like just very easily.
Dude, this is really embarrassing.
Like first mission, Captain America fails.
Yeah.
He ties Captain America to the rocket, and so Captain America is gonna go on this like transatlantic flight, fly across the fucking Atlantic, crash into the White House and blow it up. So he like takes off. Oh, hold on though. Before that happens though, Captain America is like strong, so he grabs like Red Skull's hand. He's like, "You're coming with me."
And he's gonna like grab Red Skull, and Red Skull's like, "Fuck this!" Cuts off his own fucking hand.
Cuts off his hand. The rocket takes off, and then we get this like weird little like cutscene. So now we see like young President Kimball. He's like a little kid.
He's so excited to be Washington D.C. He can't sleep.
Yeah, so he's in D.C. with like, his family. He's like they're at like a hotel. They're like looking out the window, and he's like begging his mom. He's like, "I just want to go look at the White House," and she's like, "We'll go tomorrow in the morning." And then the parents fall asleep, so he like sneaks out. And he goes up. He takes his camera, and he's right in front of the White House. There's like no fence apparently either. There's like no fence.
Yeah.
So he's in front of the White House. He's taking a picture just as this like rocket is like about to crash into the White House. So Captain America like kicks the rocket or something. I don't know. He like kicks it with his foot, and
He's like kicking it. He's trying to like, I don't even know what he's trying to do. But somehow he like kicks it and bends some of the metal of the wig, and it like
changes direction.
Just misses the White House.
It just misses the White House. Just misses the boy by like inches. Mm-hmm. The boy snaps a picture like at the last second, and then you see like the rocket flies all the way to Alaska for some reason, and it crashes into the snow. And I don't know, Captain America's buried in the snow. We see his like glove or like his like arm sticking out of the snow, and
like his gloved hand is like the only thing like he's reaching up. Don't forget, the kid somehow snaps a picture of Captain America's face, but it's blurry and it's dark because he had no flash.
And he had like a weird decoder ring with him too, I guess, some weird decoder ring
that he like borrowed from his bestie.
Yeah. So all right, so we see the Captain America crash into the Alaskan snow. Then it cuts over to like I don't know, maybe like a few days later, and we see young President Kimball. Oh. He's like hanging out with his like dudes, his buddy Sam. They're like looking at the picture. He's like, "Oh, I saw this like dude in a blue suit with an A on his forehead." I don't know. He's like, they're fascinated by it. They think it's like this wildest thing. And then we get this like cool like montage, this like passage of time montage.
All these articles about all the cool things Mr. Kimball has done.
Yeah, so like it'll start off and it'll be like President Kennedy shot, and then like on the front page it'll like pan over to like the corner of the newspaper, and it'll be like young Thomas Kimball like elected, like joins the Navy or something. I don't know, like weird little things. Yeah. We now cut. It's now 1993. It's President Kimball. He's elected president of the United States. His friend Sam is a reporter for the Washington Dispatch. Sam, I guess they've been like investigating Red Skull for the last like 30 years or so, like 30, 40 years. They still think he's alive and he's responsible for this like everything horrible that's happened in the last 30 years. And hold on, spoiler alert, we'll later learn that he was, like, Red Skull was, like, responsible for Kennedy's assassination, Martin Luther King's assassination, and, like, any horrible thing that ever happened.
All these things that Steve Rogers is like, I don't know who that is, bitch. What are you talking about?
We cut back, it's 1993, we're in Alaska. There's, like, a couple of people, like, hiking, like, through the Alaskan wilderness. They come across, like, a little, like, rough patch of snow. Like, surprisingly, like, the snow hasn't, like, built up over his arm over the past, like, 30, 40 years.
Well, I think it has, and like the wind is blowing it away. Like it's really windy, and these guys from a West German field station are like out there.
Yeah, if that doesn't date it right there, West German field station.
Like, that right there, like, there's more little things like that are just like, I'm sitting here like, what the fuck is happening?
So they find like Captain America's like gloves sticking out through the ice. And they start, like, digging through it. And they're like, oh, my God, it's attached to a body. Yeah. They take it back to their, like, base. And they're like...
They cut out the big ice cube. And they take it back to their tent. And, like, 2 minutes later, he breaks through the ice all of a sudden.
Yeah, so Captain America breaks through the ice. And he, like, runs away. He, like, runs out of there. One of the guys took a picture. And, like, it wound up in, like, a local newspaper. Mm-hmm. And I guess, like... So, Red Skull and President Kimball both see this. So, like, Red Skull's, like, across the seas. So apparently, like this is like international news now. Red Skull's in Europe.
Like, they found a body in Alaska of some guy in rubber. Come on.
Yeah, so he's like, oh my god, it's Captain America. So he gets Sin or whatever, or his daughter to go take care of it.
Yeah, his daughter to, like, go to America and try to, like, go to Alaska, try to find him, because, yeah, why not?
President Kimball sees the same newspaper, and he tells his friend Sam, the reporter, about it. So he tells Sam to go, like, to drive to Alaska. So, all right, this is the wildest part of the movie to me. Captain America takes off on foot, and he has to, like, run to America proper. So you always have to, like, run through Canada. And I just love how, like, without any, like, idea of where he possibly could be, Sam, the newspaper reporter, and fucking Red Skull's daughter just both happen to end up at the same place at the same time, exactly as Captain America, like, approaches the both of them. It's fucking great.
It's freaking amazing. It's like, did you guys have a tracker on him? Like, how did you guys find him so quickly? Like, come on.
So Captain America is, like, running through Canada. He's, like, in Canada somewhere. He, like, bumps into Sam, who's, like, driving in a car. They join up just as the helicopters where Red Skull's daughter shows up, like, literally at the same time. And I'm like, what? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. So that happens. So Captain America, like, they get, like, a little battle. They get a little, like, gunfight. There's, like, goons and stuff, and they get in a little gunfight. Captain America steals, like, Sam's car. He, like, pushes Sam out of the car, and he, like, drives off.
Well, he tells Sam that he feels car sick.
Oh, yeah.
And he needs to, like, get out for a second, because he's going to use this again later on Sharon. And she's like, bitch, fuck you.
Like, miraculously, with, like, no sense of, like, direction of, like, where he is or where he may be.
He, like, can't read the map. He's all confused. He's like, what is that? Like, what is this?
Yeah, because, like, the road systems have changed from, like, 1940.
He doesn't believe that it's been, like, 40 years or whatever.
Yeah, because he thinks it's been, like, he doesn't realize, like, time has passed. He thinks it's still, like, the same day.
Yeah.
So he's, like, confused because there's, like, weird, like, the cars look funny. The radio channel keeps saying it's 1993 on the radio. He's confused.
He's like, bitch, no. He's like, I've heard about spies who, like, have fake radio reports and fake news clippings and yada, yada, yada. And it's like, dude.
There's now a highway system. The Eisenhower, like, highway system is, like, now in place. He's, like, confused. He's like, what are all these routes? So, I don't know. In, like, a very, like, short period of time, he just decides to go back to his ex-girlfriend's house in Redondo Beach, California. She still lives there for some reason. She lives in the same house. She's married.
He's like, I'm just gonna go to Bernie. Bernie the wet blanket.
Yeah, so she remarried to, like a fucking total wet noodle of a husband, by the way. Total wet noodle.
Okay, because she said she wasn't going to move because she knew he'd come back and he'd come looking for her, and she needed to be where he could find her.
So she had a child who looks exactly like her, like in her prime, except she has blonde hair. So Captain America sees her.
Like, the only reason she got married was so she could have a kid. Because she wanted kids after... She's like, I waited 16 years. My time was running out, bitch.
So Captain America, like, sees her, and he thinks it's Birdie. He's like, Birdie! And she's like, who the fuck are you?
Except with a really bad blonde haircut.
Shout out to her for, like, walking around fucking Redondo Beach with bleach blonde hair and a six-pack of beer.
Yeah.
And she had, like, a crop top on, maybe? She was looking hot.
And he tries to kiss her, and she, like, knocks him out with a six-pack of beer.
So, yeah, so we get, like, the scene, like, now she's, like, arguing, like, Sharon's like, help! So, Bernie, like, comes out the door. She, like, walks out the door, and she, like, instantly recognizes Steve Rogers.
Yeah, she was definitely, like, in 80s-ish, 90s-ish clothes.
And the husband comes out, like, ready to fight him, and she's like, no, stop. I don't know, they patch it up, like, they're all, like, hanging out in the kitchen, they're, like, talking it out. And then, I don't know, like, Nazi spies show up again all of a sudden, and, like...
Well, Sharon takes Steve back to her place to watch, like, history videos so he can learn what happened.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that part.
And meanwhile, like, first, like, the reporter guy shows up, and he's all like, no, I've tried to find him. The president sent me. And then, like, the Nazi mafia type guys show up.
Yeah, I guess, like, Red Skull's like, oh, we know the address of his old girlfriend, so let's go there. Which is like, how do they know that address? Like, why is that in, like, written documents?
Dude, I'm sure the Red Skull spent, like, 40 years learning everything he could about Captain America, because he had, like, inside help.
Oh, so he was, like, prepping. he was prepping for like the inevitable day that he might come back.
He was prepping. He was just like, just in case this guy ever shows back up, we gotta know this stuff.
So
he's more prepared than anybody else.
So Bernie dies. Like Bernie's like shot and killed. Like she's fucking dead.
Yeah.
Like sorry girl. Bernie's husband's like injured. He survives. He's okay.
And let me tell you, that man is gonna be bitter as fuck.
If I were him, I would have just fucking like found a way to have killed fucking Steve Rogers. Like,
dude, like he better hope that man stays the fuck away from him.
He was a jack dude too. Like for like an elderly man, like in probably like his like late 50s, early 60s, he was fucking jacked.
He probably could have taken Steve.
He probably could have. So like Sharon like comes home. Sharon and Steve show up and like the dad's been shot and they're like they're just like, oh, like mom's dead, all right, it's no big deal. The dad, you'll be all right. But oh wait, hold on, I guess Steve Rogers and I
gotta go figure this out. We still gotta figure this mystery out. I have to help this guy.
Yeah, so now Sharon, who like I don't know, like 20 minutes earlier, like wanted nothing to do with them, like is now part of this, and like now they're on the lam, like it's like a fucking cross country quest.
We gotta go find that cafe that's like probably 20 minutes away.
Yeah, so like Steve Rogers trying to remember where this like secret cafe is. So I guess they're trying to find. I guess President Kimball is like, hey, we only know him as a Red Skull. We don't know his real name. We need to find out his real name so we can like find out his whereabouts. Mm-hmm. We believe that Dr. Vasselli may have like written it in her private journal, which she kept. So Captain America's like, oh, I bet you like she kept it in the like the underground fucking lab that we had.
Yeah.
They drive around. They're just like aimlessly driving around like Los Angeles, I guess. I don't know. And eventually Captain America's like, hold on, stop.
That's it. It's the cafe.
So they go in. Captain America like runs into the ladies' room. Sharon's like, no, don't go in there.
And she's like, you can't go in there. You can't go in there. He's just like busting down the fucking wall that reveals the old like secret entrance.
They go underground.
He's like, come on, Sharon. She's like, oh.
They go underground.
Okay.
They go underground. They immediately find the fucking diary, like right away.
There's no like, oh my god, it's just all like wham bam lit.
At the same time, Red Skull's goons show up. There's like almost like a battle, but they escape. But then this is where now Red Skull like announces like his like plans for like what's gonna happen. So
okay, so like before they ran to the cafe, they found out that the president had been kidnapped. And so the president's kidnapped, so now they're like, okay, to find the Red Skull, we gotta find his name so we can track him down and save the president.
Alright, so Red Skull's goons were like, we should kill the president, but Red Skull's like, I don't want to kill the president because I killed President Kennedy, I killed Martin Luther King Jr. and Robert Kennedy, and it just made them martyrs.
Yeah.
So he's like, I want to do something different. I want to like put a chip in President Kimball's brain and then like brainwash him to like commit some like dastardly crime. So like that's the whole like plot of the movie.
Yeah, basically he wants to turn President Kimball into fucking John Black from Days of Our Lives.
Somehow Captain America and Sharon like learn this through, I don't know, whatever files they come across in their quest. So now they want to now they have to like travel to Europe. I don't know. They somehow get to Europe. I don't know how the fuck they get there.
I don't know how they get there. They get there. There is no rhyme or reason.
I don't know. I guess like you could just board a plane in then 1993 without any like ID. I guess this is like pre 9/11, so I guess you could just get on a plane.
Well, remember we've talked about this. Remember how like in Magnum PI they just walked around the airport with guns and like shooting each other in the bathroom?
So when they were in Los Angeles, they found Dr. Vasselli's like journal. They couldn't figure out Red Skull's name, but they found out his like the address of his boyhood home. So they go to the house. They find like a recording.
Well, like first Steve's failing because he doesn't speak Italian, and he's trying to like send Sharon away. He's like, no, it's too dangerous for you. And she's like, fuck you. Dude, did she fucking need me?
So,
and then she speaks like fluent Italian and can talk to these people who are like, oh, well, when our parents bought the house, it was rubble, and so was the one next door. But we found this like random crap there, and here's a recording of the family being murdered.
Yeah, so they found this old recording, but they had to like go somewhere else to find like a recorder, like a tape deck that can play it.
Yeah.
So they play the tape, and you hear like the Red Skull playing the piano, and then you hear like the window break, and you hear like the gunfire, you hear like some shouting in fucking Italian, like very offensive, stereotypical Italian.
Yeah, like this is so cringeworthy.
So
cringeworthy.
I don't know. So I guess they like Red Skull's son like tracks Sharon and Steve Rogers down to like a cafe or something. They're just like hanging out. They get to like a gunfight.
Yeah.
Sharon like steals Red Skull's daughter's like purse, so they know like her address because like her ID's in there.
Oh, this is so stupid.
So now they infiltrate. They go to like the fortress. It's the same fortress from like earlier in the movie. They go there. They infiltrate it. Kimball's there. He's like kidnapped, but he's like in a cage. He escapes, and I don't know. Like it's like weird, like how like President Kimball escapes on his own without any help from Captain America. He like does all this stuff without Captain America. Captain America literally like does no superheroine in this at all.
He is
like
this is not a good Captain America. Like, he's really lame as fuck. Like, he does jack shit.
Sharon solves the mystery for Captain America. Kimball, like, escapes on his own. Like, the only thing Captain America actually, like, does, he, like, fights off a bunch of goons. Like, he, like, faces off with the Red Skull. Mm-hmm. It's a very, like, quick fight. It's, like, a very quick fight.
Yeah, it's a quick fight. The shield gets thrown a few times, then it boomerangs around. And, like, that's the coolest part of the movie, is, like, just watching the shield fly through and, like, everything. Because this is before, like, they had, like, the CGI technology that they have today.
You're expecting, like, this big showdown. I'm expecting this, like, big fight between Captain America and Red Skull. But no, Kimball escapes on his own. Mm-hmm. Sharon, like, I think, like, briefly gets kidnapped, but she escapes. And Captain America just, like, fights off a bunch of goons. And then he finally, like, sees the Red Skull. They're, like, at the edge of a cliff. There's, like, a bomb that's about to go off. Captain America just throws his shield. It hits the Red Skull. The Red Skull falls off the cliff. And then he throws his shield again. It hits the fucking daughter in the head. I guess she dies. I don't know. We don't really find out what happens.
we don't know. We don't know. We just have no explanation. Like, basically, at this point, the Red Skull isn't a Nazi. He's an Italian mafioso. It's just like, what is this? What is this movie?
Yeah. So we see, like, that happens. We see Red Skull die. Valentina is probably dead. We then see President Kimball. He, like, calls in the Marines. He's like, you guys need to get here right now. He finds, like, a radio. Captain America, for some reason, has, like, a decoder ring. Oh, the decoder ring that Sam gave him?
Oh, he has the thing that, what's-his-face, the reporter dude gave to the president.
Yeah, so he gives it back to the president. And then, like, all of a sudden, like, the screen, like, we see, like a long shot of Captain America. We see, like, the full body suit. Transitional scene where he turns from the character into like the actual person to like an animation comic book version of him, and we get this great fucking I guess it's like a radio report of President Kimball, like addressing the nation.
Hold on, you gotta go back because we forgot, like, the best part is that, like, when he gives him, like, the stupid decoder ring, President Kimball's like, it's really you. Then all of a sudden it, like, clicks for Captain. He's like, oh my god, were you the little boy?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that part.
What?
So Captain America apparently remembers seeing this little boy in front of the White House like 40 years earlier.
He almost kills on this rocket.
In like a split second, like he saw this little boy. So it's great. It's fucking great. So when you get this, all right, so like the movie ends with this like radio report, I guess, like President Kimball's addressing the nation.
Yeah.
And at the end he's like, and this is to Captain America, wherever he is. We're all back in the fight. And then it cuts over to the Captain America fucking theme song. The Home of the Brave, performed by Ivan Neville. Liberty and justice, every man's point of view. And then there's like a lyric that's like, Captain America throws a shield. Oh god, it's the fucking craziest fucking song. And that's how that movie ends.
At that point, I was just like, what did I watch? Like, what in the world just happened? Because it made no freaking sense.
They had, like, a good script at one point in time, but, like, 6 or 7 producers.
They just had too many, like, you have too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah, too many notes. People are like, we can't do this, we can't do that, we gotta cut this, we gotta add that, we gotta cut this, we gotta hit that. And they just, like, assembled this movie together. Like, the villains... I feel like the villains could have been good. I feel like Red Skull could have been a good villain. His daughter, I think, would have been a great villain, but she got like no like character development.
Like she was just like this henchman for all. Like we didn't know who she was. She could have just been like some paid henchman.
Yeah, she just shows up. She's angry. She's bitter. We don't really like know why. Like I don't know. Does she have daddy issues?
Like, and also, who the hell like marries the Red Skull.
All right, like Sharon was like kind of fun. She was kind of cool. She was like kind of like solving this whole thing on her own. It's like she was like the hero of this movie. So it's like, oh, like you know what? Like maybe you should have just incorporated elements of Shield and had her like be part of it. But like no, like they just like cut that whole element out of it. Captain America feels his first mission. Like the whole point of Captain America was that he went on these like great missions, like all through like Europe.
Yeah. He fails the first one and ends up in ice. Like, that was so stupid to me.
Yeah, like, because, like, people were supposed to know who he is. Like, he was, like, in videos. Like, there was videos of him and stuff. And, like, if you know the lore, if you know the Captain America lore, he, like, in the, like, the first issue of Captain America, like, the 1940s edition, the cover has, like, a picture of him, like, punching Hitler in the face. So it's like, whoa, like, we don't even get any of that.
No, he's, like, a total flop.
And like, he was a total flop, like, to the very end. Like, everyone was, like, doing his dirty work for him.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of, like, waiting for that gross moment where he would start making out with Sharon. Thank God it didn't happen.
I mean, it probably happened after the credits, let's be real. It's like, you know what?
Probably, but still.
Bernie's dead.
Like, he was about to, like, try and get to second base with Birdie, and now she's dead, so might as well have the daughter.
They're the same age, technically, I guess, so I don't know, it's not that gross.
Technically, yeah.
I don't know, I guess it's not that gross. And she's played by the same actress as Bernie, so I guess it's just like an extension of Bernie. So, I don't know, shout out to her. Maybe they went together and formed S.H.I.E.L.D. 1992. Maybe they found
maybe
Nick Fury. I don't know, who knows? Who fucking knows? It's a hot mess of a movie.
Can we get through some of my DMs to you?
All right, yeah, so last night, while Kat watched this for the first time, she sent me like a good 15 DMs. So let's have DM Corner. Kat Halstead, the author.
Because I've got some good thoughts last night while watching this. Okay. If this lame ass bitch got frozen on the first fucking mission, what a fail.
Yep.
On the phone, this fucker just breaks out of the ice and runs off. The only thing making Cap sick in this car is that he's in a West German car surrounded by Japanese electronics. Oh, and then I have that one Peggy Carter gif with the, you mean you were the little boy? Gee whiz! And that's like a direct fucking quote.
From this movie. Maybe they borrowed it. Maybe the writers of the MCU, like Captain America edition, like, just like, let's just have like a throwback to the shitty ass movie.
Okay, and then why does this dude have a fucking grand piano on his patio? Like, why was there a grand piano out like on his patio, like outside?
Yeah, I could have.
Like, what the hell?
So the reason why they kidnapped the Red Skull is because he was this like child prodigy. I got no like intention that he was smart. The only thing he knew how to do was like play the piano.
Yeah, I think he was like a musical prodigy.
But it's like, oh, is this like musical prodigy gonna like translate over to like, I don't know, helping us with like win the war against America? I don't know.
Yeah, like,
I don't know.
Hey, hold on. I got this might be my favorite one. Do you think he's Thanos tried to take out half the population?
Are you talking about Red Skull?
Red Skull. Yeah.
That's Captain America 1990. It I guess it's the forefather of everything that's come after. We tip your hat to you, 1990 Captain America. You're a necessary evil in this life of sin. We needed you.
Yeah.
But hold on. On a scale of 1 out of 5, like weird mutated rats, how would you rate this movie?
1.
All right. I'm gonna give it a solid 2. I'll give it 1 point for like the fun Sharon adventures. I feel like she was like the real hero. And then I'm gonna give it another point for the shield, like the actual Captain America shield special effects. So it gets 2 points. It loses 3 points for everything else.
Oh my god.
I'm ready to wash myself of this. We're just gonna forget that this movie existed. We're gonna do another superhero thing next week. I'm kind of excited about this one. So we talked about Superman a little bit in this last hour.
That's because we're still in superhero month.
We talked about Superman: The Quest for Peace. We talked about Superman Returns. Somewhere in between the two, we got a fun little romp through small town Kansas, I think. I don't know where Smallville is.
I believe it's Kansas.
Yeah, we're going to Smallville. The originally WB, then CW series, Smallville, which focused on the teenage years of Superman, with our gal pal, Allison Mack.
Yes.
Now criminal. So
member.
We haven't picked the episode yet, but we'll be sure to find a Allison Mack heavy episode. That way we can get into Criminal Corner. So, I don't know. Join us next week when we get into the world of Smallville and we get to say, "Somebody save me." I just want to sing this theme song. So. Smallville, love it or hate it. It had its ups, its downs. It was on the air for like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So many things happened on Smallville. Christopher Reeve was on the show. Tori Spelling's in episodes. Margot Kidder. Dean Cain, I think. Is Dean Cain in an episode or two? I feel like he is.
Yeah, Dean Cain. I think that Dean Cain did an episode.
Goodness. Fucking.
Dean Cain is not gonna like give up a chance to like drop in on a Superman.
Justin Hartley, now of This Is Us, plays like the Green Arrow in this.
Yes, Justin Hartley, my boo.
Kristen Kruick is in this. Michael Rosenbaum, Michael Rosenbaum to me is like the Lex Luthor. If they ever do like they shouldn't have fucking gotten Jesse Eisenberg. They should have just fucking got Michael Rosenbaum back because he was fucking great as Lex Luthor. He was the best Lex Luthor in the history of Lex Luthors.
Seriously.
Better than Gene Hackman. Way better than Kevin Spacey. I don't know who played him on the Lewis and Clark show, but... And hold on.
I can find out. I know, it's like, you'll recognize him.
I just want to point out, Erica Durance, who plays Lois Lane in Smallville, is my favorite Lois Lane of all time. Best Lois Lane.
John Shea played Lex Luthor on Lois and Clark.
Okay, whoever that is. But, I don't know. Shout out to the Lois Lane actor in Smallville. You deserve better. I wish you fucking... You should have a fucking career right now. You should have your own fucking TV series. You should be on a comedy because you were funny as Lois Lane. You were great. You're fun. You're quirky. Loved it. And the show even had a good Supergirl, too. They eventually brought in Supergirl, and she was good, too.
Damn, Dean Cain works a lot, man.
Yeah, he'll just fucking take whatever. All right, so Cat Hall said the author. Where can you follow our wild adventures? You
can follow us on Twitter at Very Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr at A Very Special Podcast. You can find us at averyspecialpodcast.com, blah, 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 saltyrockmedia.com. You can find us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, Google Music, Spotify, Podcoin, YouTube. And what is Podcoin? It's a hot new app, so go to your favorite app store, download the Podcoin app, and use code VERYSPECIAL to earn 300 Podcoins right off the bat. And what is a Podcoin? As I said, it's a hot new app that literally pays you, yes, it pays you, to listen to podcasts. Yep, you just listen to podcasts, you can earn some points, and you can redeem them for hot items like Amazon gift cards or Starbucks cards, or you can even donate to charity. You can save the animals, you can feed the animals. So go download the app today, go to your app store, download it, and just fucking follow us on there, because we're on there too. And just, I don't know, just live it up. Live it up, girl. Live it up. All right. As always, Cat Hall said, the author, as always, watch the skies for Captain America's shield and its amazing special effects for 1990. Yes.
Bye.